everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Everything is fine here on Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Bogie, here to talk Star Wars with all you fans out there. I'll get the business elements out of the way really quick. So if you're listening to us right now, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow, rate, review, all the above. We greatly appreciate it. Any little, whoa, hold on one second. Okay. Any little thing that you can do, we greatly appreciate it as it helps get our podcast name and YouTube channel out there amongst all the other Star Wars channels, which there are quite a bit of them. And as a reminder, once we hit 200 subscribers, we will have a prize giveaway. And then we will have another one at 500, which will be a lot larger prize, which you're not going to want to miss out on. So again, hit that subscribe button so you get your name entered into that drawing. How's it going, Bogie? What's going
Going good.
on?
Going good.
Watching your T-Wolves game going on right now. West Coast
Yeah,
game, so it's late.
yeah. Put it on pause. Making sure like I know what we're gonna talk about for
Hey, we're all sports fans, so
for
it's okay.
yeah. But we're gonna talk about for visions. And is there pardon me. Right around the corner we got visions.
Volume 3.
Yep.
What is
Yep.
it? October 25th, or do you remember when that's supposed to?
29th, I
29th?
think. I think.
End of the month, either way.
Yep. Yep.
So just around the corner, and then we'll have more content to talk about, at least fresh content. We are going to talk Visions Volume 2, episodes 1 through 4 today. I know we've talked about it on this podcast before, but Bogey hadn't seen them yet, so we're going to want to pick his mind a little bit and see what he has to say about Volume 2, episodes 1 through 4 of Visions. But what I want to start out with first is some recent news that apparently Adam Driver alluded to, that there was a Ben Solo movie that was in the works that was supposed to follow Rise of Skywalker. So it'd be a sequel kind of to the sequel trilogy, focusing around the Ben Solo character. So Adam Driver says, I was always interested in doing another Star Wars. I had been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen had reached out. I always said, with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. I love that character and love playing him. So it's interesting that Kathleen Kennedy was the one that reached out. So she was A-okay with this. Steven Soderbergh was going to be directing the sequel, or the movie, and him and Rebecca Blunt outlined a story concept. And then they tapped Scott Burns to write the script. And apparently when Adam Driver went through it, the script and the story, he said it was one of the coolest effing scripts. I can say it. We're uncensored. One of the coolest fucking scripts I had ever been a part of. So that's pretty cool that he had that much excitement for it. But they brought it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they both said no. They're like, we don't see how Ben Solo would still be alive. We kind of killed him off in Rise of Skywalker. So unless we're going to be pulling what a lot of fans haven't been enjoying lately, which is everyone surviving except Qui-Gon Jinn after getting killed, this would be another one of those situations where it's like, well, how the hell did Ben Solo survive? So any initial thoughts, Bogey, on a Ben Solo movie? How you feel about that? Would it have been worth it, or?
No. It's a hard no.
Hard no for Bogut. That's
Yeah,
totally fair.
that's where I stand. Hard no.
Is it because he was already dead, or is it because of like how the sequel trilogy was to you, or maybe a little bit of both?
All the above. I just like no. It's hard no.
Yeah. I,
Even teasing the idea of it, no. Like,
yeah.
eh.
Like the only way it would work in my mind if it was like a prequel to the sequel trilogy, if that makes sense. Because I'm along the lines
Yeah.
of he was killed off, so let his character be. I will say he was probably the best thing about the sequel trilogy, so it'd be kind of cool to see him continue playing his role of I guess Kylo Ren if it was a prequel, or Ben Solo as he's going through the Jedi Academy that Luke Skywalker is building. But then you probably wouldn't be able to use Adam Driver as the actor. But
Right. Yeah.
I mean, who knows? We might still see Ben Solo's character in some kind of content, because we're kind of leading up to the point of um where Ben Solo would be first brought into the school, because Luke Skywalker from Mandalorian and what we've been seeing in the shows is building that academy. Um, that's the same exact one that Ben Solo goes through. So his character might join in again at some point, but it won't be Adam Driver. It'd probably be Ben Solo as a younger kid. So just going back to this movie, um, there's other things I probably would want to see. I think it'd be a cool idea. It is fascinating how excited Driver was about the script. So I'm kind of curious what the storyline and what the script would be. But his character's dead. Let bygones be bygones. And with how the sequel trilogy just didn't really impress me, I wouldn't be as interested in a movie. Just like I'm not too interested in a Rey movie. That has been thrown around quite a bit. So yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you are there, Bogie.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to Visions, Volume 2, episodes 1 through 4. So the first episode is called Sith. The second one is Screecher's Reach. Episode 3 is In the Stars, and episode 4 is I Am Your Mother. Before we go episode by episode, how do you feel about Volume 2 so far, now that you've watched the first 4 episodes? I know we have talked about Volume 1 and how we liked it, and the art is really cool. Your stories might be hit or miss, but how do you feel about Volume 2 so far?
Let me think here. So, Sith, is this one have a?
This was like the art one where
Yeah.
she's like a painter, and there's that Sith that encounters her, and they have like this duel, and the Sith guy is like, the
Oh
dark
yeah, yeah,
side, the
yeah.
dark side has always been a part of you, like embrace it and join me, or something along those lines. Um, and
I was.
she has like that yellow katana lightsaber.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
I actually love this episode because of how like the I don't know how to describe how she went she dream having a dream, and then she'd wake up but then the art, does that make sense? I don't
yeah.
know.
Um, I definitely think the focus of this episode was more around the art. They were kind of broadcasting their art style, and it was fascinating because you're watching it and it's kind of like a blank canvas, and then the scene kind of fills in along the way with it's almost like painting, like almost she's painting the scene. Um Very colorful, but then again not complete. Um so I thought it was definitely a fascinating art style, and it was I guess it was a mix of like painting and kind of like digital, um I don't know what you call, not digital effects, but just like digital art. Um and then I think the story was more like secondary. It was kind of a cool story, but I mean it's essentially like a Jedi type character fighting a Sith. We've seen a lot of that. So that's
Yeah.
why I feel like it's just kind of brought, not that I don't like it. I enjoy, saber duels, and the bad guy was like pretty sweet. He was pretty badass. He had like 2 droid guards as well. And I just remember the droid that she had. It was like this like little ball type of thing. It was standing up to one of the guards, like protecting her, and it like was forming this gun type of thing, and the guard was like, what is this thing doing? And then it shot its head off. So the droid just like massacred this guard. um but yeah, the story was kind of more about a balance of light and dark, because if you recall, like as she's like painting or whatnot, some of her paint from time to time would like turn black, and she was trying to understand like why is it going dark? Why is it turning black? And I think the message of this story was like there's a balance of light and dark in everyone, and it's just kind of learning how to tame that and balance it. Because like after she killed that Sith guy, he's like, "You've done well. Now you'll like take over as the Sith master because you are a Sith." And she's like, "I am not a Sith. I get to write my own story now." But her, if you remember, she shot out like a second saber because she had that yellow katana. But then, like when she realizes what's going on, she ignites another one, and it's a red saber that comes out. So
Yep.
I think it's really hitting on like the balance of light and dark that any individual takes on. I know a lot of people like to throw out the term gray Jedi, so maybe something similar to that, but just more of everyone's light and dark. And I feel like that's really the direction that Disney had been taking Star Wars at that time, was like there is a balance. Like the good isn't always good, they're bad. The bad isn't always bad, they can be good. Um, and I don't know. I think that's a cool concept, but I think it also goes away from George Lucas's original concept of Star Wars, because it was always about like light versus dark. Like there is no intertwining really. It's good and
Evil.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
good versus evil. That's how it was
Yep.
always meant to be.
Yep.
So, and if you remember, like watching The Acolyte, they really made it like the bad guys are sometimes just misunderstood, you know? And it's like, nah, I don't like that. So I feel like that's kind of what this was getting at a little bit. So even though the episode was really cool, the art was fantastic, the story itself was pretty good on its own, but thankfully it's not canon, because then I would kind of have problems with it. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed the episode. And you said you really enjoyed it too?
Yeah, yep.
Trying to think if there's anything else with that episode. Can't really think off the top of my head on it. But the second one, episode 2, Screecher's Reach.
Reach.
This was of those 4, this is probably my favorite episode. This was a fantastic story. So this one's about, well, there's these 4 kids. Well, it's centered around one of the kids, a girl, but there's 4 kids, and they work in like this factory type thing, and something, she messed up or something, and so she leaves the factory, and the other kids join her, and she's like, "Don't you want like a better life? Like there's something more out there. Why are we just, living this?" And they talk about like this kind of ghost story. They're at this mountain or this cave. There's this ghost or spirit that's supposed to be haunting there. So they're like, "Oh, let's just leave this factory. Let's go check it out, and build up the courage and be brave and find out what's in there." So they go to this cave, and sure enough, they encounter like this ghost figure, which actually turns out to be a Sith. And man, this is like perfect for like Halloween, because do you remember that scream from it?
Yeah, yep.
It was kind of a haunting scream and kind of scary. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah, and the the big evil hands and the like ghostly face and everything.
And you talked about teasing for Halloween. I was like, that. Oh, you watch Visions? And I was like, no. Like,
but this one worked for it. So yeah, they encounter this ghost, and they get scared, so they're starting to leave, and the 3 other kids are running away from it, and she wants to encounter it, or she wants to confront it, which she does. And I should preface too, she has this like little necklace emblem thing, and she keeps like talking to it or whispering to it for some reason, and you're watching, and you're like, okay, maybe she's just like talking to herself or encouraging herself. But we find out later in the episode there's actually more meaning to that. So the other three kids leave as like the cave is like crumbling in, and she goes on, and she does once again confront this ghost, which again turns out to be a Sith. And she she's trying to climb out of the cave, and it's coming up for her, and she like ends up using the Force. She didn't know she had the Force, but she's trying to reach for this rock to grab it, but she sees that she's moving it, and then she realizes she has the power of the Force, and she pulls the boulder down, and it like lands on the Sith ghost creature and pins it down. So then she goes down to it. And I thought this part was pretty dark. Like, she takes the saber that fell out of that creature's hand and she just kills it. Like, the thing is pinned and it's already like pretty much defeated. And you're like, whoa, you just gonna kill like this thing when it's down, not even like try to talk to it or like get any more information or figure out what's going on. No, you just like kill it straight up. So I was like, okay, there's something little dark sided to you. So that happens. She exits the cave and she's like talking to her emblem again, but it turns out it's like kind of a walkie-talkie or communication device. And I'm trying to remember how it transpired, but I think she's talking to it and it talks back to her and says, she will come meet her now. Like, your test is now complete. I will come meet you. And then you see the spaceship come flying in and it lands right next to all the kids. And it's another Sith. You assume it's a Sith just by looking at the eyes, and there's like red outline and everything. And it comes down the ramp of the spaceship and talks to her and says, come join her. And the other kids are like, why are you leaving us? Like, come back with us. And she's like, no, this person promised me a better life, and there's more than what we've, been living and experiencing. But she asked the Sith lady, like, can they come with me? And she's like, no, this was meant for just you. So you have to choose. You can either come with me or you can go back to your life. And she ends up choosing to go with that Sith master. I just thought this was a really cool story. Fascinating. I was not expecting her to be like kind of dark side. And it just how dark and deep this episode was. Any thoughts on it?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth.
Well, and I think oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think it was after when I was watching these for the first time, I'm just trying to recall back. After I got through this episode, I think I figured out that these tend to be more dark side episodes, more Sith-esque, whereas Volume 1 was kind of more Jedi-esque. And it's interesting because, like, when you look at the title, Visions from Volume 1, it's blue. Then the name Visions is in blue font or blue type. And this volume was in red. So then I'm like, okay, maybe this is more taking on from a Sith or dark side perspective, which those first two definitely did follow. Again, the first one kind of more of a balance, but she's kind of dark sidey, and then this one was definitely around the Sith.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
But yeah, watching these, I was like, all right, they've done well with the first two. Episode 3, In the Stars. Do you remember this one?
Maybe no.
This is like the sisters, who they live on a world that the Empire came to, and the Empire is like draining their water and their resources and flushing like trash back into their planet. So they don't have water. They've like killed a lot of the Empire's massacre, like the entire people that's there. So they don't even know these girls are here. And the sisters run out of water, so they have to go into the base to steal water so they can survive. And the youngest daughter wants to follow in the footsteps of their mother, which their mother tried to stand up to the Empire and like tried to take him down and almost did, but lost. And the youngest daughter wants to fight the Empire back. And the older sister's like, no, my job is to protect you. You stay back. I'm just, we're fine. I just have to go get water, and then we'll continue to survive as we are. And so the older sister goes into the base and is retrieving water. And as she's about to leave, she sees that her sister actually did follow her into the base with her and got caught. So then now the older sister has to go rescue the younger sister and get her out of there. And then on their way out, the younger sister was like, no, this is our chance. We can't just run away. We have to fight back, which they end up doing. And come to find out, they were force sensitive, and they like force pulled this huge like water container that the base had been stockpiling, and dumped it, and it just like destroyed the whole base essentially. And the clean water ran back into the oceans, and the resources were coming back and everything. So interesting story. It was okay. The art style was pretty cool. This was a little more CGI-esque, kind of CGI claymation almost, mixed. But yeah, it was a decent story. Very touching in terms of like sisters and siblings and family and whatnot. But other than that, it was okay in my opinion. Does that ring a bell to you at all?
A little bit,
Not too much.
not too much.
So obviously this one didn't stand out to you all too much.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is I Am Your Mother. So this is the Wallace and Gromit style one. Do you remember that one?
Yes. That was not good. No,
Uh,
it had moments where it was
It had
good.
chuckle moments. It had like slapstick humor
Exactly.
type stuff. Yeah.
Yes. But overall, I was like,
Not necessary. It's like, so this one, it's about this young pilot who's going through like pilot school, and she has her friends, but then there's this one girl that like bullies her who's like a really good pilot, and there's like this race, and they compete, and this girl always wins. And the main character's mother is a little like, I don't know, little kooky, little
yeah.
weird. And she's embarrassed of her mother because of that. And this race is like a family race. So you race with your parents, I guess. And the main character did not enter the race because she was so embarrassed by her mom and their ship and everything that it's like, it's not worth it. This is just going to embarrass me too much.
What do they call it? What do they call it? God.
The ship,
Yeah.
like a I want to say like a floating flying porta potty or something like
Porta
that.
potty.
Yeah.
Porta potty.
It's a
Yep,
flying porta potty.
yep, there it is. For,
And even when her mom arrived, like you hear like the sound of a ship coming, but then you see like this brawl like fall down. It's like laundry's flying out or falling out of it.
yeah, fucking bras and un, undies and
Yeah.
everything. Like, what the
And
fuck?
it's hers because she's like picking it up. Mom, what are you doing? You're embarrassing me. Um, so they didn't, or she didn't enter the race, but the mom shows up because the character forgot her lunch going into the academy. And so the mom was bringing it and ends up landing the ship like at the starting line of the race, but like, okay, convenient. And the main character essentially tells her mom, like, what are you doing? You're embarrassed, you're an embarrassment type of thing, and like kind of hurts the mom's feelings a little bit. And the main antagonist is kind of like feeding off of that and like tell them get their junk out of the way or whatnot. So then the mom like gets not pissed off, but she's like, okay, these people are going down. So they end up like entering the race unknowingly to the main character, and the mom just starts flying the ship once the race starts. And it's kind of like, oh, they resolve their differences or whatnot in the process of this like race, and they end up working together and end up beating out all the other racers and the main antagonist. Excuse me. And then it kind of ends, oh, we won type of thing, and we resolved our issues. Yeah, not my favorite. We had talked last time when we were talking volume 1. I think you asked the question, because knowing that these are not canon, are there any characters that are like from the stories we know that are also in this? And I was like, no, there aren't. But then like watching this, there is, because Wedge Antilles was that the pilot, like the announcer guy that was putting on this race. So it's like, okay, there is a character. Wedge Antilles is in Visions, but is also in the movies that we all know and love. And there were other things that were kind of like slapstick funny, like the weapon of the antagonist's ship was like a little Death Star that shoots like a green beam and like hits the other ships and shoots them down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then one of the friends of the main character was a Wookiee, and you see that friend with his or her parents in their ship, and they're being taunted by another ship. They're like, you're going down, blah blah. And the Wookiee has like a stuffed animal, and she just looks at that person and like tears the arms off the stuffed animal.
Oh yeah.
So kind of like alluding to Wookiees will tear your arms off. So
yep.
I did get a chuckle out of that. So
Yep.
I mean, this episode definitely like served its purpose of what this studio does, because they're Wallace and Gromit. They're all about comedy and being funny and whatnot. And it definitely had, like we said, it had its funny moments, but it just, Star Wars wise, meh. Not one of my favorites. And that's the first 4. And then there's 9 total. In my rewatches, I went through 5, but I won't speak to number 5. 5 was pretty decent. I think you might like that one.
Okay.
Some of the other remainder ones I think aren't the greatest, but I won't say anything. I'll let you watch.
Just skip it all.
No, I think there's definitely ones in there that are worth it, but you might get other ones that are similar to the Wallace and Gromit. But I think, again, it kind of goes along with what volume 1 in terms of there's hits and there's misses. And I think it's really important, again, that these are non-canon, because it gives them the freedom to do kind of what they want and tell their own stories and everything. I am glad that in volume 3 that's coming out, we will get some continuation stories. There are definitely good ones from volume 1 that I want to know more about, but still I want to keep that in the non-canon realm of things. Art is fantastic. The scores and the music is very good. So in those aspects, I think it's definitely worth it. If you're watching them, you just have to take them as they are, because again, they're a wide range of what the story is going to be and kind of the general audience. Because the Wallace and Gromit one is like for anyone, and then some of the other ones are a little darker and maybe more for, I don't know, adolescent to older, versus Wallace and Gromit, a little kid could watch that one and it's okay. So
right, yeah.
But I am excited to get more content at the end of the month. But what I think I messaged you earlier today and saying that next week we want to talk about the Halloween Lego Star Wars movie. Have you seen that one?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. No, I didn't expect you to, but so watch that one this week. It's pretty decent. The Lego movies do so well. They're so funny and I don't know, they're just very creative. So I'm gonna go back and watch that one again as well. We can talk about that next week. So anything else on Visions you want to talk about?
No, let's keep plugging along, and then we'll hit the new series when it drops
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What is my dates are so thrown off being on leave. Yeah, if it's the 29th, it's next Wednesday. So that yeah, perfect.
There you
Next
go.
week. Next week. I don't know if
If
you
we
noticed.
if we go by episode or like
We'll
two.
just we'll just do like what we did today and talk through
Yeah.
it that way. I think with Visions, it's easier that way because they're shorter episodes. So
Yep.
I don't know if you
And then
noticed.
we talk about, I think last year, pardon my we talked about doing um what's your more horrifying Star Wars moments.
Yeah, that's right. Good
We
recall.
never, yeah, yeah, we never recapped that last year. So
Yeah,
maybe I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Talk about scary Star Wars potential stuff, some horror
Yeah,
stories. Hey,
yeah,
maybe uh Terror Tales or something like that. That's the Lego one. Maybe there'll
yeah.
be
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah.
watching that will spur some horror ideas in your mind for Star Wars. Um, oh, there you go. What does that say? Anoka?
Anoka.
Yeah, isn't Anoka the haunted house capital of the world?
Yeah, my brother made this.
Uh, nice. I don't know if you noticed what I'm wearing. So it's a waggle hat, if it brings back memories
Oh, the whale hat that
from
Novak
tailgating.
Novak stole.
No, he got what, six hats?
No, times that by two.
12 hats. I took two hats. I took this one and one that looks like the Milwaukee Bucks almost. Speaking of, did you know that Waggle now has a store and that Waggle's
Yeah,
getting free
uh,
advertisement right now. So
up here in
here you go,
Blaine.
Waggle. Yeah, in Blaine. And they're doing like an opening party, and the first 100 people there get like a special local Waggle hat. So maybe you'll have to go online. We might try and do that too. We'll see. But I don't know. Waggle, they're still hats. So,
They're awesome hats.
they are awesome hats. Um, but yeah,
But they fit your head.
if
That's another thing.
yeah,
So
that's the challenge because I need the deeper ones. Um,
yes,
I got too big of a
mine.
head.
Yeah, me too. And just won't work.
Yeah,
Our common friends, Peterson, he's like, it just won't fit.
yeah.
So
I just like this one I got because it had the old fashioned on it. I'm like, that's right up my alley. Old fashioned or whiskey or burnt like you could just put this up next to my head.
I'll give you the Han Solo.
There you go. What
Who
is he?
shot? Who shot first?
Han shot first. He's putting out the vibe on that cup. You always have it facing you, don't you? So you can look into his
Yep,
dreamy eyes.
yep.
You tell him I love you. He says I know back, right?
And what's the other side? I got
Chewy.
yep, Chewie.
There you go.
Arr!
Um, it'll tear your arms out, so be careful. Um, yeah, so rocking the Anoka 2025 sweatshirt, the Han Solo cup,
Oh yeah.
and then I got the waggle hat. Oh, and I got my Darth Vader hoodie on today. I got this from it's called Sports X Apparel, I think it's called. And look at this. The ends of the drawstrings are little lightsabers.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Like you blow into it.
No. This is like the
Oh,
drawstring for that.
I know, but could you blow into it? Like,
No.
oh, it doesn't whistle.
No, it doesn't whistle or anything. It's just a lightsaber, so I can go. I don't know. It's a lightsaber whip like Vanessa Rowe has from Acolyte. Um. Anyways, I think we'll keep this one pretty short. I know it's late. Oh, it's been a struggle finding time to do stuff with two kids. So apologies. Thanks for waiting along for me to finally become ready. I was stringing Bogie along for a little bit before I was finally able to record. So appreciate you and your patience today, Bogie. But yeah, again, we did Visions episodes 1 through 4. We'll do the Halloween Lego movie next week and probably the second half of the Visions. And then after that, we get to see volume 3 of Visions. So a lot of Visions lately, and that's all good. It's new content. So any final thoughts from your end, Bogie?
No, love you guys. Guys are listening. Love you all.
Yeah. Don't forget,
Peace
hit that
Peace out.
subscribe button. You
Peace
want
out.
to oh, we got to get through. Hold on. He's already kicking everyone out the door.
I'm sorry.
No, I as a reminder, you can find us on our social media handles. So you can find us at Twitter at @BlockAA23pod, on Instagram at detention_block_AA_23, our Facebook group and YouTube channel, Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. And also you can find us on TikTok. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube. And we will have a drawing for the first 200 subscribers. And then we'll do another one at 500. And that 500 one will be a lightsaber. So you're going to want to get in on that. Yeah. So till then, have a great Is that what you're pointing at?
Yeah, point at you.
So till then, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And we look forward to talking to everyone next week. As always, may the force be with you.
Thanks for calling. This is Han Solo, and I'm going to be keeping you company for the next few hours right here on the Midnight Shift. Something's